Hello from Gardening at Twensah, and this video is coming to you from the Azores Islands, Portuguese Islands in the Atlantic Ocean. And today we're going to visit a garden on top of an active volcano. Well, we're having a pan around the garden now. As you can see, it's raining, but do you see those globs of steam coming out of the ground around the place? And for once, this video isn't going to concentrate on the plants. Let's take a closer look. I don't know if you could make that out, but that was boiling water, a geothermal spring coming up from the ground and just spewing out boiling water, and in different places spewing out mud. But all that steam is coming from a place where you really wouldn't like to fall. I heard an anecdotal story about a tourist near here who fell into the water and was boiled alive. It mightn't be true, but I can believe it. So in this garden there are different points where the water comes up from the ground and produces a whole load of steam. Now in places like here it's very difficult to see through the steam and to see the water down below, but no, we can't see it here. But in other places you can see quite clearly what's going on. And in a place near here, in the giant lake of Furnas, which is a really boiling lake, there are also places where they cook dinner. So they have pits dug in the ground and they lower cauldrons with meat and vegetables and things down into the ground, and it cooks geothermically. Isn't that cool? The smell was really not very pleasant here as well, kind of sulphurish. Well, that's what it reminds me of. And look at that, so barren and ungarden-like in many ways, yet they chose to make a little park garden on top of all this stuff. Well, I guess they don't really have much of a choice in this town because the whole thing sits on top of an active volcano. The Azores is one of those very quirky places, and you could be forgiven for not knowing exactly where you are. Geothermic springs, well, that says Iceland, but you know you're in Portugal, and yet the planting screams out New Zealand. It's a confusing but wonderful place. And just before we wrap this video up, I want to show you something interesting from the main part of the town. So after I had a look at the garden, I went back to where I'd parked my car. And you can see that the rain's coming down there. And let's just have a look at the roads and paths in the town after we've left the garden. So it's back to the car for me, and as you can see there's one passing there on the road, and here's a road, and look over there on the right, look at that vent underneath the road with all that steam gushing out. Well, let's zoom in there. It means that there's boiling water right here under the roads of the town. Wow. Okay, that's all from me from the island of São Miguel in the Azores. You can expect a more planty video next time round. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.